Tariq Lamptey lined up as a Bellerin replacement as new Barcelona incoming president wants Hector Bellerin. This is Kringle Talks Football, brand new video. Please, before anything you do anything, subscribe to the channel down below. Subscribe to my Twitter or follow me on Twitter, again down below, at Mr. CJ Wright. YouTube, Kringle Talks Football. Listen, let's get into it. So John Cross put out an article the other day that Arsenal are lining up a move, or at least keeping an eye on Brighton and Hove Albion's right back, former Chelsea right back Tariq Lamptey, as a replacement for Hector Bellerin. I mean, you know what I'm like with Hector Bellerin anyway. My critique of him is that I don't think he's no longer any good to play first team football for Arsenal. I don't think he's the level required to take us to the next level, put it that way. Now, you obviously heard me in my Chelsea review that I thought he'd done really well. I was really happy with him. And, you know, you can't fault him for that. I couldn't say that I wanted him to stay around. I'm not like, oh, listen, I'm really happy that he's going to stay now. But he didn't do anything bad against Chelsea. But I've been advocating for a while that I think Hector Bellerin needs to move on. And for a short while, I would have taken Tariq Lamptey. I'd have said, look, you know, he's a very young, up-and-coming right-back. He's 21 years old. He's full of energy. He's fast. He's strong. His low centre of gravity is unreal. And tactically, he's very aware. If you watch him at Brighton, he knows when to move. He knows when to stay back. He knows when to attack. And he knows when he can sense danger, which is something that I think Hector Bellerin's been lacking anyway for a long, long time. You know, his stats compared this season to Hector Bellerin. So he's had 11 appearances, Bellerin's had 13. He's got 1 goal compared to Bellerin's 0. Bellerin outweighs him in terms of assists and clean sheets. And to be fair, he doesn't get that many yellow cards compared to Bellerin, but he's definitely got the red card compared to Bellerin. I think that was a last-ditch tackle that he made. That's the overview of it. I think you look deeper into it, and Tariq Lamptey, when he was at Chelsea, his one and only appearance came for Chelsea was under Frank Lampard, was against Arsenal, and he gave us one hell of a time. Like, he was up and down the right hand side. He was giving us problems left, right, centre. It was a very long game with Tariq Lamptey down that side. So I was all for it. But then I remembered last season how much I said I wanted Max AARONS from Norwich. And even though Norwich got relegated, again, young, 20 years old, English right back, quick, strong in the tackle, very aggressive going forward. Now, the comparison in terms of him and Bellerin last season, you can't really compare the two. He had double the amount of appearances. He got an assist compared to Bellerin's 0. He didn't get a goal, Bellerin got 1, but he got 5 clean sheets compared to Bellerin's 3. Now, the law of averages would have said that, you know, if you double that, Bellerin would have got 6. And Max AARONS would have stayed on the 5, blah blah blah, etc., etc. But I was always, in a small side like Norwich and in a really underperforming side like Norwich, I really saw, you know, what Max AARONS was about. And if I go to have a look at him this season, he has 21 appearances, 1 goal and 3 assists in the Championship. He's got 3 yellow cards, no red cards. He started every single game. He's been involved in 13% of Norwich's goals this season. And his current market value is about 18 million. I think Tariq Lamptey would be probably in just a bit more, 20 to 25, I'd say, similar. Brighton are not, you know, a club with mounds of money, so they're not exactly going to be able to haggle us for that. And I'd be interested to see us sign another right back if Hector Bellerin goes. Obviously, we've got Cedric tied down to a long-term contract. There's still question marks over Ainsley Maitland-Niles' future. I personally want to see him in the central midfield role compared to right back or left back, but it just doesn't seem like he's going to get the opportunity. So do I want to see us sign Tariq Lamptey? I wouldn't be against it. Would I prefer us to see us sign Max AARONS? Yes. I think that's the headline. I would prefer us to see Max AARONS. To sign Max AARONS over Tariq Lamptey. This could be a shot in the dark. Tariq Lamptey is linked with Manchester United. He's linked with a return to Chelsea. Manchester City are watching him. Barcelona are watching him. There's a whole host of clubs interested in Tariq Lamptey. And problem with Arsenal, we can't go into a bidding war. Now, do we just bite the bullet and say, okay, cool, we'll just go for Max Aarons because we can't sign Tariq Lamptey? Possibly. Tariq Lamptey is an option. Max Aarons is an option. He's a cheaper, younger option as well. And he's experienced in the Premier League. So I don't see any problem with that. You know, we could go for a double switch with Buendia as well. If Bellerin leaves, you know, there's still question marks over that. He might not. He might stay on. He might perform for the rest of the season really well. But I've said it before, he does this often. He performs really well in a couple of games and outperforms 10 games after. So I think the question marks and the underlying thing is that I would love us to sell Hector Bellerin, without a shadow of a doubt. I think it's been a long time coming, and I just think we need to move forward. I think the progressive side of it, the young attacking side of it. You know, you only got to look at Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's been in the side since he was 19, and he's only got better and better and better. Hector Bellerin, albeit he had very bad injuries, he's only got worse and worse and worse. So, you know, I'm excited to see what the future holds in terms of the transfer window. Arteta said he's got the plan of the transfer window, January transfer window and summer transfer window all planned out. Who knows? So, you know, I'll be back after the West Brom game. Until that time, guys, again, listen, smash the subscribe channel, the button, hit the notification button so you're always known when my videos appear. Follow me on Twitter. Listen, leave a comment, a review. We're happy to discuss in the comments below. Also, check out the podcast. I do a podcast every post-game, either with somebody or it's sometimes linked with my YouTube channel to discuss the Arsenal games afterwards. I've got a couple ones coming up in the future. But any of your podcast search, just type in Kringle Talks Football and it will appear straight in your channel. Hit the notification button on that one so every time the new podcast appears, you'll be able to be notified. And until next time, guys, come on, the Gunners. Let's hope we get another win. See you later.